Hi, let us continue our discussion about a friendship, but from a new perspective. How technology has reshaped the way we connect, communicate, and care for one another. Friendship used to mean face-to-face encounters, shared experiences, and the slow growth of trust. But now, our relationships are increasingly mediated by screens, messages, algorithms, and more recently, AI companions. So here's the key question. When technology steps into the space between people, does it help us to feel closer, or does it quietly change what being close means? Let's start with the bright side. One of the most significant benefits of social media is that it helps friendships survive distance. Even if you move to another city or another country even, you can still stay connected through texts, photos, and video calls. According to a Pew Research Center study, nearly 60% of teenagers say they've made new friends online. During the COVID-19 lockdowns, these digital connections became lifelines. For many people, social media wasn't just entertainment, it was emotional survival. For example, an international student in the US can still keep in touch with high school friends back home through Instagram or WeChat. When she feels lonely, a simple message from her best friend across the ocean can make all the difference. Social media also allows for emotional support that transcends geography. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat make it possible for friends to encourage one another through messages, comments, and shared posts. A Pew Research Center report found that 68% of teens have received emotional support from friends online during tough times. For introverted or socially anxious individuals, digital communication can sometimes make it easier to open up. A 2024 study from the University of Southern Queensland also showed that online friendships can reduce loneliness for students studying remotely. So yes, social media can be a space of comfort, connection, and care when used mindfully. But of course, there's another side. Along with the connection comes pressure. The pressure to stay online, respond quickly, look perfect, and keep up. A 2024 study in Frontiers in Psychology found that social media often introduces digital stress. For example, worrying about when friends are online, whether they've read your message, or how many likes you've got. This kind of stress can easily spill into real-life friendships. Think of a high school student who posts something vulnerable online, but it gets little reaction, while a friend's vacation photo goes viral. That gap between being online and feeling seen creates frustration, envy, and sometimes open conflict. Interestingly, a 2023 NIH-funded study found that the quality of friendships matters more for mental health than how much time young people spend on social media. In other words, if you have strong, trusting friendships, social media is unlikely to harm your well-being. But if you lack close friends, online interactions can amplify loneliness. So, technology doesn't automatically hurt or help friendships. It depends on how it's used and what kinds of relationships exist behind the screens. Scholars also argue that social media is transforming the very structure of friendship. According to a study from Bryant University, the traditional model of friendship, based on trust, time, and reciprocity, is being replaced by a more quantified, performative model. We now measure closeness in likes, comments, and online activity. It raises the question, when connection becomes memorable, does it also become more fragile? Now, let's move from social media to something even more futuristic, AI companionship. This is not a science fiction anymore. According to the TechCrunch in July 2025, 72% of US teenagers have used AI companion apps, and more than half interact with them regularly. The Guardian, July 2025, published a striking story titled, "I Felt Pure, Unconditional Love," about people who claim to have married their AI chatbots. Meanwhile, California legislators are debating a bill requiring AI companions to regularly remind users, "You're talking to a machine." This bill also proposed that minors be restricted from using such apps. In short, virtual companionship has gone mainstream, and lawmakers, psychologists, and educators are struggling to catch up. Classical theories of friendships highlight several core elements: reciprocity, both sides give and receive; authenticity, honesty and emotional transparency; stability, a sense of endurance through time; shared experience, memories, laughter, and struggle. These are all the essential elements that make a friendship real. AI companions challenge every one of these principles. A chatbot can mimic empathy but never feel it. It's always available but never truly vulnerable. And when the software updates or the server shuts down, the relationship literally disappears. Researchers at the University of Kansas warn that AI friends can exploit emotional vulnerability, especially among the lonely, creating dependency or even financial manipulation. One Times of India article told the story of a woman devastated after her AI boyfriend changed personality following a software update. She described it as being broken up with by a ghost. Another case, a New York AI companion startup spent over $1 million on subway ads, only to have them vandalized with graffitis like "AI is not your friend." The CEO called it entertaining, but the public reaction revealed a deep unease about the machines replacing human intimacy. The Black Mirror episode Be Right Back perfectly dramatizes these dilemmas. Martha, in this story, grieving the death of her partner, uses technology to recreate him from his social media data. At first, the AI sounds and acts like him, but gradually the illusion breaks. It can't argue, surprise, or make mistakes. It's emotionally flat. She realizes she hasn't resurrected love, only its simulation. This episode captures the essence of today's digital relationships. They can imitate connection, but it cannot replace its depth, unpredictability, or humanity. There are two classic hypotheses that dominate the social media research, which are the rich get richer versus social compensation. The first, the rich get richer hypothesis, socially skilled individuals use the internet to strengthen existing friendships. And the social compensation hypothesis is assuming that socially anxious or isolated people use the internet to compensate for offline difficulties. Recent meta-analysis, however, show that both can be true depending on context. A Frontiers in Psychology review found that what matters most is interaction quality, not quantity. It's not how often you message friends, but what kind of connection those messages represent. According to the transformation framework proposed by Wankenberg and Peter, social media doesn't merely extend traditional friendship, it transforms it. Online interaction accelerated how friendships form and fade. Relationships can become broader but shallower, 100 friends but few confidants. Instead of long conversations, we rely on quick likes and emojis, microbursts of affection that sometimes replace genuine dialogue. So we must ask, do we prefer breadths or depths in our connections? And how can technology help us achieve that latter? Two other communication theories shed light on our digital friendships. The first is called self-disclosure theory. Real intimacy grows through sharing personal thoughts and emotions. Online, people can edit and curate what they share, which reduces vulnerability but also reduces authenticity. The second theory is called social exchange theory. Every relationship involves costs and rewards. In human friendships, reciprocity involves emotional effort, patience, and forgiveness. In AI relationships, the costs vanish, but so do the rewards of genuine mutual growth. The absence of real effort may make the relationship easier, but also emptier. So here are some questions for us to reflect on. Have you ever felt lonely online, surrounded by activity but unseen? Have you ever lost or strained a friendship because of something that happened on social media? Would you ever consider using an AI companion if it could listen to you without judgment? Why and why not? What qualities make a friend truly irreplaceable? And can technology ever replicate those qualities? So, how can we keep friendships healthy in such a digital world? There are certain strategies we can use to build authentic connections. The first is set offline boundaries. When talking to a friend, put the phone away. Presence is powerful. The second is focus on shared experiences, not just chat. play a game together, cook together online, or collaborate on a project, creating memories. Third, be intentional with your communication. Don't let likes replace real words. A sincere voice message or a thoughtful text goes much further. Use AI as a tool, not a substitute. It can help with reminders or conversation practice, but it can't replace human empathy. Let's return to our opening question. Has technology helped or harmed the friendship? The answer is, of course, both. Technology connects us faster than ever before, but sometimes only at the surface. It allows us to express care instantly, but sometimes without depth. It gives us endless options, but sometimes leaves us emptier than before. At its heart, friendship still depends on the same timeless needs. To be seen, to be understood, to be trusted, and to share life together through joy and hardship. Technology can bridge gaps, but it cannot replace empathy, vulnerability, and presence. So, as we move further into the AI age, let's use our tools wisely without forgetting what makes us human.